Good morning, church. Just want to take a minute here. Let me first apologize for having to do this from the video setting because I really want to do this from the live setting just to see your faces as God works on you and reveals what it is that He has to reveal to you today. I'm going to share an experience with you that happened to Justin Shultz over the last 6 weeks. But I don't want this to be about me. I want it to be about you. And I want it to be what God intends for you to hear. So let me tell you what has happened to me over the last 6 weeks. I've had some health issues, some big scares, some things that I never thought I would face. But all the way through this process, God has given me a peace that everything's going to be just fine. And I get to share that with you this morning so that you can then in turn impact someone else's life, maybe yours first, and then go and do as God instructs you to do, to be obedient, because we've heard many, many times, and I'm living proof of it, behind obedience is a blessing. And that's what this is really about, is the obedience behind what God calls you to do. 4 weeks ago, I started having back trouble. Severe back pain, and was visiting a chiropractor, which then escalated into seeing a pain management doctor, and had prescribed medications. Was doing well, was on the road to recovery, had some MRIs, had some CT scans, the x-rays, the whole works, the workup and all of the big questions of what is this and how does it impact us, and could it be, might it be something tragic. And of course, that was looming in the air. We lost sleep over it, but at the same time had a peace that God could take care of whatever it was. It finally escalated on July the 27th. I believe that was a Friday. I may have the date wrong there, but it was a Friday. I was walking down the hallway and my back just exploded. Went to my knees in excruciating pain. Had never experienced this before in my life. Really a sad moment, because that's not me, not me at all. Called my wife. Shan was there. My surrounding staff members helped me get to my vehicle, drove home. Was going to take a day off from work and recover, so I thought. When I got home, the pain got worse. It became unmanageable. A neighbor ran to my rescue. Sorry. They put me in the truck and drove as fast as they could to the ER, where I was received with a lot of fast-moving people, and finally got the pain to a place where I could at least breathe. And through this process, God was working on me in a way that I've never experienced before. Through this process, He revealed to me that I had some unforgiveness in my life. Didn't know it. I thought I was a good guy. Thought I was living a life called by God. Thought that I was blessed and knew that I was. I mean, my family is healthy. We're well. We're prosperous. We are involved in the church. We do all those things that good families do. But God took me to my knees and gave me this pain to reveal to me that I had some unforgiveness for a very special person in my life. And that happens to be my mom. Yeah, these aren't tears of sadness, but tears of joy. And when God reveals something to you, He expects you to act on it. And that's what I did, as I was obedient. After we left the ER, I had a long visit with Him through Saturday and Sunday. Monday morning, I made a phone call to my mom and forgave her. Since that time, I've experienced a God that I didn't know was real. I see things differently. I have an unsurpassing joy. I have friends tell me that I'm different, and I am. I'm a changed man. Not that I knew that I needed to be changed. I thought everything was good, but He revealed this to me in a way that I had to take action. I had a great conversation with my mom, She's had many health problems and has suffered through those and endured 100 times the pain that I was experiencing. And that's what God revealed to me, is that I needed to have some understanding. That's where he took me. After the obedience of forgiving her, I received so many blessings that week. I had my kids pray over me, had them speak into me in a way that was provided by my wife. She set up this surprise that impacted me in a way that I want kids teenagers and elementary kids, I want you to hear this. I want you to scoot closer to the screen and hear me say this. You have an unbelievable power inside of you to speak over your parents, to tell them who they are, to explain to them what they've done in your life, how they've led you to church, how they've made you the person that you are, and how they have been created to make this world a better place. Kids, teenagers, this is a word from God to you to be obedient. To take a moment this next week, pull your mom, pull your dad aside, and tell them what God asks you to tell them, to speak over them, to bless them, to pray over them. And let's kick Satan's butt, because that's exactly what he doesn't want. He wants to deceive you and trick you and to get you to think that your words don't matter. There's nothing more powerful than a son or a daughter blessing their father and their mother. And God expresses this many, many times throughout his word. Look into his promises. God, it's our responsibilities as a believer to bless our father. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need us to bless him, but the joy that he gains from us speaking over him and saying thank you and obeying his word, guys, it's unbelievable. It is an opportunity to receive his blessing. And I encourage you today, be obedient and see what the blessing is on the other side of that obedience. Thank you, church, for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you through the video platform. I want to be there live, but chances are I'm going to be having back surgery at this time. So recovering from that and knowing that there's someone out there that needed to hear this message and needed to hear what it is that God placed on my heart. Thank you.